Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Clap it up because you live to see another Christmas. And this is Christmas of 2023 as we move forward in a few days to a new year. This Christmas is very significant to me because I'm celebrating Christmas today. But 5 days from now or 4 days from now, I will be laying my grandfather to rest, which means life goes on and my last grandparent has left Earth. Very sobering time. It's a time to give thanks as well. I shed no tears because my grandfather was a Christian man who lived his life, all my life, in that fashion, and now he has gone home to what he calls glory. This video is not to argue about anybody's religious preference or religious beliefs or who you think God is or do you think that Christmas is valid or any of that stuff. It's just that time of the year. Whether you believe or don't believe, just use this moment to reflect. Use this moment to give thanks. Use this moment to be present in the moment, right? I didn't want to come in front of the camera this morning, so I show off my Christmas tree and the gifts, and I'm waiting for the kids to wake up so they can wake up and open their gifts. You know, the little exciting things that excite children, because this ain't really for us as grown adults anymore. But I do also try to encourage people to remember to keep the Christ in Christmas, since that's what it's supposed to be about. Now, funny enough, there's a message here from the Right Honorable Andrew Holness, and let me put things in perspective. I've said this. I don't have to like everything that the Prime Minister does. However, you know, some things are said that I agree with, and I can certainly share the things that I agree with from the Prime Minister. I don't dislike everything about him or dislike everything he says. There are some things that are good and there are some things that need work, right? So it's constructive criticism, but it's not criticism that comes with disrespect and criticism that comes with, because mind you, I did many years in the military in the US, and like I've said before, I've been taught to respect the rank, even if you don't respect the person that holds the rank. So I respect the position, Prime Minister, even if I don't agree 100% with who is Prime Minister at the moment. This particular message, though, just putting you into context, this particular message today is for all of us. And I find a lot of sense in it. And a lot of what was said in it is what I have said as well over the years, in particularly this year in reflection, as we reflect, looking back on 2023, where we're at now in 2023, as we move forward in a few days to turn over a new leaf and start a completely new year of 2024. I hope you're surrounded by people that love you. I hope you're surrounded by people that you love. I hope your vibrations are good, and I hope you are in a safe place that is filled with joy. I hope this finds you in the best of health. And again, Merry Christmas to you. So the following is a Christmas message from the Right Honorable Andrew Holness to my Jamaican people. He said, as we head into the Christmas season and the close of another year, I give thanks to God for blessing and protecting this beautiful country. And I thank you, the good people of Jamaica, for the privilege and honor of leading this country for yet another year. An important part of the job as a leader is to set direction and give hope, which is particularly important in times of crisis and bewilderment. The story of the birth of Jesus Christ, which we celebrate as Christmas, tells of the emergence of a spiritual leader who would give hope to a despairing people and direction along a pathway to peace and redemption. So it is today, as it was in biblical times. There is despair, uncertainty, and suffering for many at the global level, with wars, climate disasters, pandemics, and economic crises. At the community level, with poor infrastructure and Amenities like roads and healthcare and a breakdown in public order, crime and violence, all that. At the household level, with high cost of living, poor housing, and a feeling of insecurity, again, due to crime and violence. And at the personal level, broken relationships consuming us with anger and rage, and unfulfilled desires and expectations weighing us down with depression and negative thoughts. Yes, so much trouble in the world. But our faith tells us that Jesus came into the world to shine a light to nations, but more so to be the savior of the individual soul, to help you find the pathway to peace in your life. The important lesson in the birth of Christ and in the life of Christ is that the solutions to national problems or personal problems do not lie in material things. Indeed, the story of the nativity is deliberate in Jesus being born in poor circumstances in a horse stable, and his life of Jesus was remarkably humbling as a carpenter. However, his teachings were revolutionary in deliberating the minds of the people from mental worship and from material worship and selfish desires to a deeper understanding of love and peace. Not mental worship, material worship. His teachings were revolutionary in liberating the minds of the people from material worship and selfish desires to a deeper understanding of love and peace. Then the Prime Minister went on to speak about his leadership. My leadership over the last 2 terms have focused on setting the economic engine on the right path to deliver the material variable in the equation of prosperity. However, it has always been my understanding that prosperity cannot be complete without peace. Indeed, the high levels of frustration and anger in our society, interactions which manifest in violence, is reducing our quality of life. You hardly hear good old Jamaican courtesy of howdy and thank you, looking out for our neighbors and being parents for all the children in our community is no longer a feature of Jamaican civility. The rise in domestic violence means that we have gone back to the Old Testament, Cain and Abel. We are no longer our brother's keeper. As you listen to me speak of these things, I know deep down you feel the same way and have the same concerns about the moral and spiritual direction of our country, our society. No doubt we are making economic progress, but we must now liberate the minds of the people and lift the spirits of the individual. As your government, we intend to mobilize more resources around social and human services, more counselors in our schools and communities, more mental health support, greater support for families and family life, more engagement of our youth, a more wholesome public communication and safer public space. However, we do not have to wait on the bureaucracy of government to bring peace to our communities, households, and personal life. We can start right now at Christmas. Bring some joy to the kids in your community by organizing a Christmas treat or just simply buying them some toys or some ice cream. Surprise your neighbors with a gift or simply just reach out to say Merry Christmas and how are you? Remember the elderly lady down the road who has no one to take care of her? Share what you have with her. But remember that brother you argued with over family land, the one with whom in rage you exchange violent words, call him up this Christmas and talk it over in peace. That anger, that is inside you because of an abusive parent, a jilted love, disrespect from a friend, over being overlooked by your boss. Free yourself of that burden and let it go. Forgive. Let us all vow to make defined steps towards peace in our life by being courteous in our interactions, showing concern and empathy for persons around you, sharing with those who are in need, and above all, forgiving those who have trespassed against you. These are practical steps that do not require government. It requires a change in our attitude and behavior towards each other. These are indeed the teachings of Christ. Spare a few minutes during the Christmas season to read Christ's prescriptions for personal peace and salvation in the Gospels. So, make this a Christmas of reflection and outreach, happiness and peace, and enjoy the goodness of life in our beautiful Jamaica. Drive carefully on the roads, and if you don't drive, walk good. May love be the compass that directs your steps, kindness the language you speak, and compassion the armor that shields you from life's challenges. And this is actually coming from Juliet, Adam, Matthew, and the Right Honorable Andrew Holness himself. In other words, from him and his family. Have a Merry Christmas filled with love, joy, and realization of your dreams. Merry Christmas to each of you, and God bless Jamaica. I thought it was worth sharing that. Not so much the part where his government will bring this and that and the other, but the part where he said the things that are required in order for us to change does not require government. It requires us individually, a mindset. Understand? Reach out. Be your brother's keeper. Hi to your neighbor. Neighborhoods become a family again. Your children are my children. That kind of stuff. The little lady down the street who don't have nobody to help her out this Christmas. Reach out. The little kids them playing outside. I don't know, buy them some ice cream. Surprise your neighbor with a gift. Those good deeds, right? Since we must put the Christ in Christmas. And I spoke to my audience here on SouFLoTV about why Christmas does not feel like Christmas to me. Because back in the day, growing up in Jamaica, that's what it was about. It was keeping the Christ in Christmas and doing Christ-like deeds. See? With that said, happy, Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate, and manners and respect and love. And I will catch you all tomorrow morning live. Spend some time with your family. And for those who have no family or no friends, it's a time for you to be alone, I guess. Spend that loving yourself. One love, and Merry Christmas again. I'm out. Peace.